Mom, what happened? What'd he say? Come on.
Did you convince Julian to give Fox his job back?
Not yet. You know how stubborn he can be.
Son.
No, don't you give up. Because I haven't. I'm going to get you reinstated at Crane Industries if it's the last thing I do.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate your support. I just hope you can make it happen, you know? Well, whatever, you know, I mean, at least in the meantime, I've got Whitney, right? Right?
Yeah. You've got Whitney.
Gwen! Oh, my God. Nurse! Nurse! Something's wrong with my wife here? Gwen, hey. Get Dr. Russell. She's my wife's doctor, okay? Please?
Doctor, we need your help.
Honey, hey, come on. She just fell down.
Help me get her into a cubicle. Ready?
They want Dr. Russell.
Well, she's in surgery right now.
What's wrong with her?
I'll let you know as soon as the doctor examines her. Stay up here, Mr. Winthrop. I'll let you see her as soon as she stabilizes.
She's upset. She was scared. I think she reacted strongly to the thought of her surrogate losing our babies. Dr. Russell said both of them could die if we don't let one go.
You'll have to speak with Dr. Russell about that.
Why is this happening? I'm gonna lose my babies, and I'm gonna lose my wife.
Well, I'm with Teresa. If Papa is still alive like you insist, then he better not show his face around me again.
I will not let you disparage your father's memory this way. And you, Teresa? You should be ashamed. Just 2 minutes ago, you were wishing that your father was here so you can ask him for advice about this pregnancy.
Mom, I didn't know what I was saying.
But, Teresa, you were right. Your father's a very smart and thoughtful man. He would have known what to do in this crisis. He would have been able to help us all.
Yeah, Mama. If you were here. But I don't want advice from a no-good bum who abandoned his family. Now, Luis is right. If Papa is still alive, he better stay far away from here.
It's a cushy deal for you, Martin. I'll even pay for the cosmetic surgery so you can get your old face back again. Then we'll arrange it to seem like you just turned up in harmony again after all these years.
You're out of your mind.
No, I've thought it all through. I'll even take the blame for sending you away and preventing you from contacting your family. No one will ever know that you were gone because you ran off with my wife.
That's not how it happened.
You lucky dog. You can rejoin your doting wife and family. Just imagine the joyous reunion of the Lopez Fitzgerald clan when Papa walks through that door.
Hi, Papa.
I'm so glad you're home.
We missed you, Papa.
Martin, my darling, I always knew you'd come back to us.
I can see it all now. A rousing party replete with mariachis and piñatas. Oh, and not to ignore your own ethnic background, assorted potato dishes. Oh, don't get all defensive on me now, Martin. It's a sweetheart deal and you know it. All you have to do is give up Catherine, and you can get your own family back like that. What do you say?
There's so much I have to tell you, Sheridan.
I knew it. I knew it from the second we met down in Mexico that there was some kind of connection between us.
There is.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry, but I couldn't let you tell Sheridan that you're her mother.
I know I shouldn't, but I can't lie to you, Martin. I don't know if I can keep quiet. It's Sheridan. It's my baby girl. She's here, back after all these years. All I want to do is take her in my arms and hold her, comfort her, wipe away all her tears, wipe away all that pain. Let her know that her mother is not dead, not entombed in that Crane mausoleum, that she's alive and that I am her mother.
I have always felt close to you. But Earlier, when I saw Luis and his mother, all of these images of you just started flooding my brain. And that's why I came here tonight. To get to the bottom of this connection that we feel. Either that or I'm losing my mind.
No, you're not losing your mind, child. It's just time that I'm honest with you.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Fox, I know I haven't been a very good mother to you.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Well, that's why I'm going to do everything in my power to get you reinstated back at Crane Industries.
Backstabbing bastard. You know, I worked my tail off for that guy to try to prove myself to him. And just because he feels guilty about doing whatever he did to Chad, he's gonna hand him everything, including what I've earned.
I feel so bad about this, Fox.
Yes.
No, Whitney, come on. We've been over this. It's not your fault, you know? It's my father's fault. And Chad's. You know, the only reason you took this job was to get back at me for seeing you.
Well, I'll try to talk to your father again tomorrow.
Thanks. Look, you know, in the meantime, I gotta come up with a plan B. Let's get out of here, you know? Just go to dinner or something, talk about the future, something different than...
Is everything okay, Ivy?
Yeah, everything's fine. You know, I think you ought to make a reservation. I would hate to see you have to wait for a table. There's a list of restaurants by that phone in the kitchen.
Yeah, you're probably right. Better get used to that, huh?
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Excuse me?
You know, got Fox out of the room so that you could talk to me alone?
You're a very astute young woman. Why don't you have a seat? Look, I just thought, now that you and Fox are a couple, well, I ought to get to know you better.
Well, you have known me for years.
No, only as Eve's eldest daughter, or Teresa's best friend, and of course all the great press about your tennis. But I suspect there's a great deal more to you than that.
Not really. I mean, with me, what you see is what you get.
I don't think so, Whitney. I think there's a whole lot going on with you that you're not even showing my son.
I don't even know where you would get an idea like that.
Well, it's simple. You were in love with Chad Harris for years. And now, suddenly, after your enforced breakup, you're deeply involved with my son? Come on, Whitney, what's going on here?
God, let her be all right. I can't handle losing her, as well as the babies.
You and Teresa do not know your father.
I know that I'm on the verge of losing 2 babies. Mama and Papa's nowhere to be seen.
Well, he's been gone from every important moment in our lives. Even you can't deny that.
I'm not gonna argue with you about this. I need some fresh air.
Mama, please.
Teresa, don't mama me. And while I'm gone, you think about what the church has taught us about unborn children. They have as much right to live as anyone else.
I know what the church teaches us, Mama. I know.
Now's not the time to talk about Papa. Not when the lives of those 2 babies are at stake. You got a big decision to make, kid.
I How do I make a decision, Luis, that saves the baby's life and ends the life of the other? How does the mother do that?
You can make it happen, Martin. You can make Pilar's dreams come true by coming home. Just think of it. Her unwavering faith in your essential goodness will be reaffirmed. And God knows how much money she'll save on those candles she lights for you every night.
You son of a bitch.
Now, this is no time for a display of your Irish temper. You just imagine the joy in your children's eyes when they realize that their mother has been right all along. Their papa is alive and well, and was taken from them by the wicked Alistair Crane.
Who says they believe me?
Why wouldn't they? Everyone blames me for every unpleasant happening in this town. Oh, they'll jump at the opportunity to let you off the hook for running out on them. They'll be overjoyed to lay the blame at my feet. And I'll accept that blame without a word. Do you know why? Because I'll have Catherine. You sacrifice your sordid relationship with my wife, and you can get your own back.
I couldn't do that to Catherine.
Why on earth not? You don't think she really fell in love with you, do you? My, you do. You actually believe she loves you. Oh, she's quite an actress, that Catherine.
No, she wasn't acting. That's ridiculous.
Oh, now, come on. You're not the first one. I fell for it myself. The joke's on both of us. As if that woman were capable of loyalty or love.
Yeah, she is when she's treated with love and respect.
Oh, please, spare me. I can see she still has the wool pulled over your eyes. But it's not too late for you, Martin. I'm giving you a second chance. You can erase all the guilt and start all over with your own wife and family. All you have to do is walk away from Catherine. I'm waiting for your answer.
I have felt it from the first moment we laid eyes on each other in Mexico. This incredibly strong connection.
We both felt it.
Then tell me why am I feeling this way?
You need to prepare yourself for what I want to say to you, Sheridan.
Prepare myself, why? But please don't keep me in suspense over this, not with all these questions swirling around in my head. Why are we so bonded to each other?
What I want to say to you is going to change your life. I hope you understand. I hope you'll forgive me.
Forgive you, but I'm sorry, but you're not making any sense here.
I'm not Ellen Wheeler.
You're not?
No.
Then who are you?
I'm your mother, Sheridan. I'm alive. I'm very much alive. Your father lied to you. I'm your mother.
Mother. Oh, God. Mother, I knew you'd come back to me. I knew it. You finally have. Oh, my God. I thought about you every day. Even though Father told me that you were dead, I knew that he was wrong because I could sense your presence. I knew that you were out there somewhere.
I couldn't stop thinking about you either. Oh, I love you, my beautiful, beautiful daughter. I never would have left you if there'd been any other way.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters now that you're home. Mrs. Wheeler, please tell me. Why do I feel so close to you even though we never met before? Mexico, what aren't you telling me?
It's complicated, Sheridan. It's difficult to put into words. I mean, probably the reason you feel so connected to me is because of events that happened earlier in both of our lives.
You mean my losing my mother?
Exactly. You said that I reminded you of her. No wonder you're drawn to me.
I'm sorry. I think it's more than that. I think it's more real. And you feel it too, I know. So tell me, why is our connection so intense?
Just say the word, and I'll contact my private cosmetic surgeon this evening. He'll schedule you for surgery in the morning. You'll have your old face back and be ready to start anew with the family you abandoned years ago. It's a very generous offer. Martin, don't you dare walk out of here. I'm talking to you. You'll be back, Fitzgerald. I know you will. You love your family too much. You'll trade Catherine for them just as she traded me for you all those years ago.
I'm right here. Hey.
Hey. Ethan, what about the babies? Did Teresa do what she needed to do to save her?
Not yet.
I think you need to convince her to do it. Look, I don't want to lose one of the twins either, but if we don't do something, we're gonna lose them both.
I know.
Promise me you'll persuade her to do it.
I promise.
Honey, just make her understand. Please. If you love me, you'll promise me.
I will.
Maybe you should go find Mama and make her feel better.
I don't want to leave you alone.
Actually, I could use the time alone, because maybe if I'm quiet, I can hear what my heart's trying to say.
Okay. All right, well, I won't be far if you need me.
Thank you. So is it right to lose a baby so that the other one lives? But what should I do?
I know what you should do. I think you do too.
No. Ethan, please.
You need to let one of these babies go so one of them can survive.
You are my passion for life.
You know, you're making it sound like Fox and I became a couple overnight or something.
Well, Whitney, didn't you? I mean, weren't you and Chad planning a wedding just a couple of weeks ago?
Well, a lot has happened since then, Mrs. Winthrop.
Please, call me Ivy.
Okay, Ivy, look, as I was saying, it really hasn't been all that sudden.
Well, forgive me if I disagree, Whitney, but you were in love with Chad Harris until your mother and Julian's unfortunate secret came out. And now you say you're in love with my son.
Yeah, that's right, I am. See, what I think you don't realize is that Fox and I have had feelings for each other for a while now.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, Fox admitted that he's been in love with me for a long time, and even before we went to California, and I was drawn to him too. But I felt too guilty because of Chad, you know? I would never want to be disloyal to Chad in any way.
I see.
Yeah.
My son was in love with you, and you're drawn to him.
You're not gonna believe this. They got me on hold over there at the restaurant.
Oh.
Everything okay?
Oh, yes. No, everything's fine. Whitney and I are just getting to know each other a little bit.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad. Mom, you're gonna love her as much as I do, I guarantee you. Yeah, it's Fox Crane. I'm trying to make a reservation for tonight.
As we were saying,
Look, Ivy, I feel the same way about Fox as he feels about me. What happened between Chad and me was awful, but at least it's cleared the way for me to be with your son.
without that guilt you were saddled with before you found out that Chad was your half-brother.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Whitney, but I don't believe it. I mean, you don't seem guilt-free. If anything, every time I ask you about your feelings for my son, you seem just the opposite. Do you have something else to feel guilty about?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were up here.
Mrs. Lopez Fitzgerald.
Please, call me Pilar. I'll leave you alone.
No, it's all right. You know, I was just grabbing a minute to myself.
I don't want to intrude.
No, please stay. You know, it's a beautiful night.
I used to come up here myself sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I had a part-time job here at the hospital after my husband vanished.
I see.
It's a good place to come and think and put things in perspective. You look up at the moon and all the stars. It makes your troubles seem so small in the grand scheme of things.
True.
I'm sorry about your wife. I heard that Alistair had her arrested again.
Yeah.
That man. He's a monster masquerading as a human being. The things he's done to my family.
Yeah, he killed Antonio.
It's very kind of you to remember my eldest son's name when you never even met him.
Well, you know, Luis and Sheridan talked about him a great deal in Mexico.
He was a wonderful young man. All he ever wanted in life was to find true love, but now, thanks to Alistair, he never will.
I'm sorry.
I still believe that he's responsible for Martin's disappearance.
Yeah, but it was so long ago.
Not to me. It seems just like yesterday in so many ways. God, I wish Martin were here right now to help me with Teresa. You know, she has such a difficult decision to make tonight.
I wish I could help.
Thank you. Her brother Luis is with her, and even he is admitting that this is just one problem he has no idea on how to solve.
He's quite a fine young man, your son, Luis.
You have no idea. He took on the role of father to the rest of the children at a very young age, when Martin wasn't here. He sacrificed his own childhood so Miguel and Teresa could have theirs, you know. Our lives would have been so different for all of us if my Martin would have been here. You know.
You really miss him.
It's more than that. We loved each other very much. We were like soulmates. For years after Martin disappeared, oh God, I was so sure that he was coming home. That's what I used to think about when I would come up on this roof. The day that my Martin would come home to me and my children.
But you stopped thinking he would?
No. Not really. I try, you know, to give up hope. I just can't. I still would give anything to have my husband come home. I would give anything to feel his strong, comforting arms around me again.
I'm not sure what you mean, Sheridan.
Yes, you do. The connection that we have with one another. You've even admitted to feeling it too.
Yes, of course, to some degree.
To some incredibly intense degree. Look, this is more than just a coincidence. This is more than just me losing my mother at an early age, or you being separated from your daughter, and you know that. So why else would you shoot my father if there wasn't some other connection?
Alistair Crane, he tried to kill us all in Mexico. He kidnapped my goddaughter, Paloma.
It's more than that. All right, I have seen you risk your life several times to save mine. Now why would you, some complete stranger, up until a couple of months ago, attempt murder to protect me?
How can you be so certain that terminating the life of a baby is the right decision?
Because Eve said that you would lose both babies.
And what if Dr. Russell is wrong, Ethan? What if both these babies could survive, and one dies needlessly?
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. There's no mistake. She ran the tests over and over again before she presented you with this choice. Now listen to me. Gwen and I have a say in this decision, Teresa. They're our babies.
Are they?
What?
Ethan, you may be the father of both these babies, but Gwen might not be the mother of either one of them. So as far as I'm concerned, she doesn't have any say in the fate of my babies at all.
Who are you, Mrs. Wheeler?
Who am I? What an odd question. You'd better get that.
It's Luis. Hi, honey.
Hey, sweetheart. You still at the jail cell with Mrs. Wheeler?
Yeah, Sam even let me into her cell.
How's it going?
It's going okay, I think. I'll fill you in later. How's Teresa?
Well, she kicked me out of her room. Said she needs more time alone to make her decision.
I don't know who I feel worse for, Teresa or Gwen. Gwen wants those babies so badly.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say to Teresa. It's times like these I wish my father was still around to give her some advice. I just hate that man for walking out on us.
If that's what he did.
Well, I think it is. In fact, I think he's out there somewhere very much alive.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm angry with him, too. You've had to shoulder so much of the family's responsibility since you were a little boy.
Yeah, not that well, I'm afraid.
Don't ever say that. You've held your family together. You still are, whether you know it or not. And I'm sure Teresa appreciates your support.
I hope so. Well, give me a call when you're done with Mrs. Wheeler, okay?
I will.
How's Luis?
He's fine, but I'd like to continue our conversation. Who are you, Mrs. Wheeler?
I'm someone who cares about you, Sheridan.
That's not good enough. You know, you don't just shoot Alistair Crane without provocation. I've been lied to my entire life, and I'm tired of it. So if you know something, please be honest with me. Why do I feel so close to you?
I need to get back to Teresa. Thank you for listening.
No, it's all right. Hey, did you say that Luis was downstairs in his sister's room?
I believe so.
Would you do me a favor and ask him to come up here?
To see you?
If you don't mind.
Sure. But why?
Well,
Oh, I see. You want to offer him some advice regarding his sister's situation.
yes. You know, if I can.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
It's very kind of you to care about my family so much, Mr. Wheeler. You're a good man.
face the truth about who I really am. First Luis, and then Pilar.
Do I feel guilty? Yeah. Of course I feel guilty. But it's not about Fox, as you're suggesting, it's Chad.
But Whitney, everyone knows it's not your fault that you and Chad are brother
It's still not that easy, okay?
You're right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to upset you. It's just Fox is giving me a second chance, and I want him to be happy.
Yeah, well, so do I.
Well, then great, we're on the same page. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't getting involved with Fox on the rebound, because we all know how those relationships end.
Okay, if you're asking me if I'm gonna break up with Fox somewhere down the road, the answer is definitely no, okay? I'm in this relationship for the long haul.
Well, I've heard it put more romantically, but...
No. I'm just saying that I'm not gonna leave Fox. We're gonna be together from now on. I mean, we have to be.
Have to be? Whitney, why do you have to be with Fox?
I know you haven't forgotten that at least one of these babies could be yours and
No,
mine.
Teresa, I haven't forgotten, okay? I'm not likely to forget the fact that you, disguised yourself as my wife, slipped into my bed in order to sleep with me. No.
Ethan, I'll always believe that part of you knew the truth.
Look, what happened that night isn't the point here. You agreed that Gwen would be the mother of these babies, and they are and were her last chance to have children, so you better believe that I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that we have at least one healthy baby that Gwen and I can raise together, Teresa.
So you're asking me to end the life of the other baby?
You know I don't want that any more than you want that. But if it's the only way that one baby can survive, yes, I am asking that of you.
And what if the baby who dies is the one that you and I made together, Ethan? Can you really look me in the eye and ask me to destroy our baby?
I am begging you.
Oh, please, Sheridan, don't.
Look, I'm so tired of all the secrets and lies. If you know something about the two of us and why we have felt such a strong connection ever since we laid eyes on each other, then you have got to tell me.
Sheridan, it's late. I'm really tired. Could we talk about this tomorrow, please?
Look, tomorrow could be too late.
Why do you say that?
Because things happen that can change everything. I'll never forget the last time that I saw my mother. I thought that I would just wake up in the morning and she'd be there, but she was gone. She died during the night and I never saw her again. Now, what if you and I never talk to each other ever again? I want to hear the truth. I need to hear the truth. So please, please tell me why I feel so drawn to you.
I let them down, each and every one of them. I thought it was right to try and save Catherine from Alistair. But in the process of helping her, I inflicted such pain and hardship on my own family. I mean, what was I thinking about when I let them believe I was dead? They've suffered so much because I left them, and now I can't even help Catherine. I failed all the people I cared about because I felt that I thought I was doing what was best. All I really cared about was being a loving husband to Pilar, wise and caring father to my boys, and a proud and loving papa to my girls. I failed all the people in the most horrible way possible. I never see Antonio again. I don't blame my children for despising my memory. It's a miracle that Pilar doesn't hate me too.
Whitney, if you're keeping something from me or from my son, why don't you just get it off your chest now? Believe it or not, honey, I can be a really good listener.
Good news, good news. One of my credit cards still works. We got a dinner reservation. All set.
Oh, that sounds great. Why don't we get going?
Oh, what's the rush, though? What are you guys talking about?
Whitney was about to answer a question I'd asked her.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
It really doesn't matter.
I disagree. It concerns you, Fox. Whitney just said she has to be with you. And I asked her, why? Why do you have to be with Fox?
Just say it, Ethan. Tell me you don't care if the baby that dies is the one that you and I made together.
Stop. Stop putting it that way. We don't even know who the biological mother of either of these babies is, Teresa.
I know, Ethan. I can feel it. One of these babies was made the night you and I slept together. And you know it's true.
What do you want me to say? What?
I know how much you want to be a father. I mean, we talked about it all the time.
Yeah, we did. Well, Gwen wants to be a mother even more, and she's my wife, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to make it happen.
Even this. Could you really live with this for the rest of your life?
Please, tell me what you know.
All right, Sheridan. You so deserve to know the truth. Oh, God. Thank you. I'm not who I say I am.
Luis, how long have you been standing there? How much did you hear of what I said?
Father?
I would be with you now if I hadn't gotten Gwen pregnant, and we'd be married and happy if I wasn't married to her.
I've been lying to you since the moment we met, and it's time that you knew the truth.
Whitney has to be with you, Fox, because she's pregnant.
Tonight on an all-new